Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my 4 a.m. morning routine. So, every morning, of course, I start off with my oral care. I like to oil pull and then go in with brushing my teeth. Oil pulling really has helped with removing any bacteria from the night before and just make my overall oral care better. And of course, we have to brush the tongue, make sure that you're brushing your tongue. And then I like to go into my skincare routine. This is the time where I like to just indulge in my luxurious skincare time. I really take a moment to press in every single product and just slowly wake myself up in the morning, and that starts with a good skincare routine. Also, taking time to do my skincare really just feels like a luxury to myself as a way of pouring into me and feeling my best before I pour into others and get into the workday. So, I will highly recommend taking time to invest in a really good skincare routine. You won't regret it. Not only does it help you wake up in the morning, but it just makes you feel better. And when you pour into yourself, you're able to pour into others. So, after my skincare routine, I then like to spend some time to make a cup of tea. Making a cup of tea in the morning is something that I've been loving because it's more gentle on my stomach than going right into coffee. And so a tea is just a nice way of, again, that kind of waking up my body, having a nice little warm beverage, but it's not as intense as coffee first thing in the morning. So this tea that I'm having is a lavender and blueberry tea. It also has collagen in it, which is really good for your nails, skin, and overall just health. So I let this steep for a little bit, and as my tea is steeping, I like to set the mood. So I go into my room and I light a candle, I dim the lights, and just prepare now for my meditation time. Every single morning, even if it's just 5 minutes, I have to get on my mat and meditate because it just helps me, again, kind of have that feeling of pouring into myself before I can pour into others. So even if it's 5 minutes, I meditate. I like to do some neck rolls, breathe in, breathe out, release any mantras for the day, and just set the tone during this time. So once my tea is done being made, I sit back in bed and I like to have my quiet time. This is the time where I just romanticize my life for a moment. I don't worry about the to-dos that I have to do that day, but instead I'm just present. I also write down 10 things I'm grateful for, just putting me in a spirit of gratitude. And after I wrote down at least 10 things I'm grateful for, I go into my books. I love reading this book called Read This for Inspiration. It's little articles, pretty much pages that are filled with just that inspiration. I also love the Joel Osteen Power of Favor and taking time to just be with myself. Next, I am putting on a very comfy workout set because I'm going to do yoga, and I don't really like anything tight these days. But before I head out, I have to make my bed. I know this is something that's probably said to most people, but it is so true. Making your bed is one of those taskers that once you've knocked it out, it feels like you've already got a good start on the day. So highly encourage you to make your bed, and once you start, it's so hard to stop. Also, a made bed just makes the room look 10 times cleaner. Even if it may not be the cleanest, at least when you first walk in, you'll notice the bed is made. So I make up my bed. I like to just kind of spray my sprays, making sure everything smells good because I need my home to smell good. It's always like the best compliments when someone comes to your house and like, this smells so good. I'm like, yes, that is the goal. So after I made my bed, I then head out to go to our yoga studio. This is one thing that I love about this apartment, that it offers a yoga studio, and because I'm up so early, no one is in the gym, no one is using it, so I have it to myself. And I just bring my mat, I take time, and sometimes I listen to an actual yoga class on my phone, or I just do my own poses depending on how I'm feeling. This morning I just had my own kind of yoga class with my different poses that was doing myself. And so I just lay out my mat, and as I mentioned, your girl has been into comfortability these days, really not into like tight clothing. So as you can see here, I'm just like in some tights and a comfy shirt, and the piece of socks are on because we are real. Okay, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, but I do some poses really to stretch out any aches and maybe soreness in my body, and spend this time just preparing myself for the day ahead. So after my yoga session, I head back home, and I'm typically hungry, so I like to make some breakfast. I am the type of person that needs to eat breakfast. I know some people can just skip breakfast and be good for the day, but I am not that girl. My body will be literally angry if I don't eat my breakfast. So I've been loving making these yogurt bowls. It's pretty light on my stomach, and it has just been a really delicious meal for me. So all I do is just add some yogurt. Today I just had some French vanilla, and then I add some fruit on top. Today it was blueberries, and then I like to add some granola with brown sugar. I like my yogurt to be a little bit sweet, and I don't know why, but brown sugar is making me think about the fall, so I added some brown sugar and then drizzled it with a little bit of honey on top. And again, I've been loving this meal. It's been on repeat for my breakfast because it's not super heavy on my stomach, and I don't really feel super drained or like I feel a loss of energy before I'm starting my day. So highly suggest eat you some breakfast, and if maybe you find yourself having a difficult time eating breakfast, start with something light like a yogurt bowl or maybe some cereal. So after I sat down and ate my yogurt, it is then time to get ready for the day. So I am just putting on my uniform, and then I do like to take some time to actually put on makeup, but it's very simple. I'm not doing a full beat, one because the weather is just not for that right now, and two, I don't have that much energy nor time to do a full beat. But I've been loving just a little bit of concealer under the eyes. It just kind of like helps me look a little bit less tired and add a little oomph to my face. And then after my concealer, I let that sit while I do my mascara. And I've been loving wearing mascara because, again, it's not too much like lashes, and I've tried to do the extensions and it just doesn't work for me. I'm always just like rubbing my eyes too much, so mascara is the way to go. I then add a little bit contour and then just some blush and blend that all in, and your girl is good to go. Literally just like a 4-step makeup routine: concealer, mascara, bronzer, and blush. And that's what works for me. It's very kind of natural but also have a nice dewy effect. I've noticed I've gotten a lot of compliments that my makeup is like that dewy, glowy but natural still. So hey, we love it, and it's just been easy and literally takes me like 5 minutes. And I've noticed that when I put more effort into just looking better, I feel better and I do better. So hey, I then just finished putting on my uniform, and it's now time to head out the door. Add a nice perfume on to smell good, and then I just go in the kitchen to make sure that my lunch is all packed and ready to go, because I am that person that brings lunch to work. Like, I need to eat food, and I just don't want to be eating out as much, so I pack my lunch and I bring it to work. And then I am off to the rest of the day. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and until next time.